Hello class, welcome to week 2. This is our first week of the comprehensive classroom technology plan. I promise you this video is going to be much more exciting and so much shorter than the first one. Yay! Okay, I just wanted to, besides giving you examples and having it written, I really feel like as though I'm not the most exciting person, but at least you can see the things that you need to see. It'd be great, I think, sometimes if I had a camera up or, there's a little bit more interaction. I understand that, but hopefully these are beneficial in the fact that I'm going through the process and I'm actually showing you, and that's the part that really counts, I think. So, like I said, though, much shorter and a little more exciting. Okay, not so much do this and that, but at least this way you know what's going on. Okay, so we're going to go to our technology plan template, right? So we're going to go, tasks, forum, and you can get, if you know how to get there other ways by now, that's great. I'm really happy for you. I'm just, going through kind of the basic steps again, just for everybody. I'm going to go to the individual forum, and there you all are. Yay! Okay, here's the announcement. Attached file. Going to open it. One, two, three. Comprehensive classroom technology. Let's go ahead and open it. All right, bring it down here, please. Okay. So here's your template where, of course, this first week you're going to put your name, just highlight name, highlight date, course, me. Then it's done for every week hereafter because you're going to continue to submit to me the exact same plan. The only thing that's going to be different is that with each week after I return the assignment and you view my comments and you make the necessary corrections, or sometimes they'll just be nothing but praise out to the side, you'll delete those. I've done this with some of the future sections. This is next week, communications. You'll want to delete all of these that are already in there. Just like each week, any of my comments you'll delete because each week you want to turn in a clean copy. Now, clearly, you'll just do this for the section that you're on and then the previous one. Okay, you're not going to come down here to sections that you're not working with and delete yet when you aren't even there. I don't expect you to until the very end. So when you do get into future sections, now since I did give you a lot of help and guidance, some of these sections where I've put in things for you, I've given you word count. You don't have to stay within that. It's just kind of with what I've given you. So as long as you're kind of staying on that path, like for this section, 150 to 200 words. If you have 300 words, I'm not going to go, oh, minus 25 points. I mean, come on, So it's just kind of, again, more guidance. So you'll when you get to these sections, you erase the word count, erase the word count, erase the word. Okay. And again, with some of these sections where I've given you help and guidance, you don't need to do all of them. Maybe just 3. There's generally about 5 helpful sections. So as long as you do around 3, okay. If you want to do more because you're excited, I'm excited for you. All right. So you'll see down here is where there's more of that. Okay, and then here's your references page. Remember, you only have 1 overall references, so all the references that you use in all of the sections go here. And I do expect you to have at least 3 to 5. I would think you would have, but this is so large, 5. But I mean, again, if you're using the text a lot and then just a few other assigned readings, that's okay. All right, don't put one after each section. Your overall references, just like in APA format, go here. Okay? And you know where to go for APA help, I hope, because we're not talking about that today. All right. So if you are viewing the rubric, you pull up the rubric for this, or even in the syllabus, you might see something that says skeletal framework. You can ignore that as long as you fill this portion of the assignment out here. Okay, here you're basically giving an introduction, and it's kind of like a rationale, because when you submit in week 7 to TaskStream, you will see that this assignment and all the rest of your EDU courses that you submit to TaskStream have a rationale. I will tell you, when I was in college, I also had a portfolio. It wasn't online, it was actually a hardbound portfolio notebook, but I had to do the same thing. I had to put at the end of everything that was supposed to be submitted in my portfolio a rationale, and at the time I thought, this is so stupid. Just like that, I spoke just like that. Anyway, now as the shoes have basically been turned around, now I'm the college professor, and I totally and completely understand and see why there is that rationale. Why does it need to be in there? How is it going to benefit you, the students, the school? It makes perfect sense to me. So this is basically what you're doing, and so you don't need to worry about that rationale in TaskStream because you're putting it right here. In academic third person, what is the plan basically to you? This is the only section in your entire tech plan where I do not expect referencing. I don't care if you have in-text citations or any type of referencing at all during the mission and vision. It can all just come from you creatively. Now, if you want to insert, I think that is fantastic. It's great. Absolutely wonderful. Remember, when you do cite in text, if you are citing directly word for word, you have to include that page number or that paragraph number. So the author, comma, date, comma, and then period for page or PARA period for para. And you just have to count the paragraph and which one, okay? If you're just giving an overall summarization, then you just have the author's last name, comma, and the date. Okay, just really important. I had students, it's always half and half. Half of them cite, half of them don't. But again, I'm telling you, I am not, regardless of what the rubric says, regardless of what the syllabus says, I'm telling you, you do not have to cite in this section. Because to me, the mission and vision is about you and what you formed and how it comes to be from you. Okay? So this first part, again, you're staying in academic third person. No first person, no second. Absolutely no second person. So what is the technology plan? And then here, kind of the same thing with the mission and vision. This is not where you state it. This is where you basically you give an overview of what a mission and vision statement is, okay, and how and why each teacher should have one. That's what you're doing here, okay? What basically is it? What every teacher should do. Again, in academic third person. Nowhere in this paper am I going to see I do this, I, me, my, you, your, our, we. No, third person. Thank you. Okay, so here, really I should switch this. I don't know why I haven't yet. You're welcome to do that or leave it. I don't care. But the vision comes first. The vision should honestly be 2 to 3 sentences tops. I am not going to look at anything with a vision that is longer than 3 sentences, okay? And you must include a technology aspect. This is a technology plan. So in your other classes, you had the opportunity to say, me as an educator, right? I as an educator, this is my vision, this is my mission. And that makes sense. Absolutely. Being able to use that first person, how you are going to teach. Well, this, remember, is a class where we are teaching with technology as an enhancement tool. Many of your students, yes, even early childhood, those kindergarten students, all students at this point in most cultures, most society, most today's schools will know as much, if not more, than you. So this is not a class, remember, where you're teaching students technology. You're teaching with technology as an enhancement tool. I just really want that to be important. This does not mean you are a bad teacher. This does not mean you are not in control of your classroom. Not at all. The exact opposite. Students love helping, and it really brings a sense of community to you and all of your students, okay? So again, going to the vision, 3 sentences tops, and you need to include that aspect of technology in there, okay? Now, in your mission up here can explain and expand a little bit more from the vision. Again, academic third person, please. All right. Your mission can be a paragraph in length, so maybe 5 sentences, 6, 7 at the tops. That's a good paragraph length, okay? But it doesn't have to be. I will say that in the past, most of my mission statements for my students are about 5 sentences tops. But again, if you 7 to me, 5 to 8 sentences is a paragraph. That's fine, okay? In your mission, you can expand a little bit more. If you talk about your vision about the use of new technology, and then you want to expand in your mission by saying, being very specific and talking about how you will use your smart board or your Promethean board with daily oral languages or all language arts or homeroom activities, and to make sure you're incorporating STEM, you will use a brick lab. Okay, then you can be a little more specific. I mean, you don't want to list everything for this assignment or this activity this week and this day. I'll use this, and obviously that's going to get a little long. But in your mission, you can be a little bit more specific. In your vision, you're just cut and dry to the point. Here's what I'm doing. Again, you're staying in that academic third person. Again, please, you're welcome to quote if you want to. Use citations, that's fine. Whenever you do use your in-text citation, just a hint for future weeks, I prefer you put them in the middle. I never want to see a quotation very first or very last. It fits best in the middle because that way you're either able to introduce it or in the middle you introduce it and then you explain it at the end. And that just really works best that way. Okay, so now even though you have examples and samples with directions written to you, I want to go ahead and bring in 2 assignments that have been done well with a few areas of concern where so you can see kind of what not to do as well. All right. So here's the first one. Okay. All right. So see this student right here explains, kind of has that rationale. What is it? Why is it here? Then in general, not a good thing to do. Don't do this. Don't have it be first. But then she goes over a general mission and vision. Okay. Now here is her vision. I count 3 sentences. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Right away, what do you notice she's done wrong? My. Okay. Should be the. There we have academic third person. See how simple that was? The vision statement is to educate every student by involving them in each part of the learning process while adhering to the standards, core curriculum, and requirements of the state. Students will enjoy learning and appreciate the benefits of a solid education. Concepts will be enhanced through community technology and educational strategies. So here we are. That works for me. Awesome. Okay. And then in the vision, the mission is to create an environment, and then she expands, and I don't need to read this, I'll let you kind of go over and read it. But you'll see that she does expand a little bit upon the technology part. Okay, it looks like this is 5 sentences. Perfect. And she explains it a little bit more, how the classroom, even the paraprofessional and the teacher will be aided and guided with technology. So rather than to the student, with the student. So wonderful. This is kind of what I expect to see. Really no citations, which is perfectly fine, all coming from her. All right. Next example. I think this student is one where there was a lot of first person, and we'll fix that as we go along. All right, so here, fantastic introduction. Again, a rationale. What is it this student chose to cite? Perfect. This is looks like it's a paraphrase. There's no direct quotations, so this is a perfect in-text referencing. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Absolutely thrilled with this. All right. Then same thing with the mission and vision. Every individual organization needs to express who they are. It starts off great. Okay, just an overall, what is it? And each teacher should have it. Again, bringing in that citation, good for her. Okay, wonderful. Again, you don't have to, but good for her. Again, and this looks correct. Again, this looks correct. All right. Then we have the mission and vision. Again, I count 3 sentences here and maybe a paragraph here, maybe 5 sentences. Okay. Here, fantastic. Students will become independent thinkers, problem solvers, and active participants in society. Okay, going on. Technology will become a natural part of life. Here we go. Perfect vision for this particular class. Okay, now here, the mission as an educator, she could have said educators will strive or educators should strive, right? That would make it third person. So, educators will strive to use technology to create positive change in the learning experiences of students. We would get rid of my, right? My students. Instead, we would say experiences of the students based on strategies that are in careful alignment with curriculum standards. The use of technology in the classroom will be used to personalize the education experience of the students to develop critical thinking and the ability to solve problems through project-based learning. Awesome. So I would expect there would be things created and shown up on a smart board or projector. So PowerPoints, Weebly's, WebQuests, Prezis, all of those types of things being able to use and enhance the classroom. So that's perfect. She really goes into that vision a little bit more, takes that extra step to really define it. So again, a few mistakes doing that first person that I want you to avoid. So I'm really happy I was able to share these and show them with you. And I am really excited about this week too and looking over your own mission and visions. Thanks so much.